Wonderful competition here this week. 25 teams came. Now we have 3 qualifiers.
Yes, and our first qualifier was Turbo 2-in-1 grips, and they took the lead with only 2 games to go in the whole tournament. But in our first match, we're going to see Jacksonville Beach Bowl against Windy City Omegas. And they've been, Windy City Omegas have led almost the whole tournament, and then now Jacksonville Beach Bowl, the interesting part of them, they had 6 players bowling most of the tournament. Today, they're only going with 5, so we're going to see what happens.
Some wonderful action coming up, and we'll return to Seminole Lanes with our match right after these messages.
Absolute power corrupts.
Abso-freaking-lutely!
It's not enough to love the game. You gotta love to win.
Don't roll with the punches. Throw them.
To a whole new world, the Treasure Chest Casino.
My grandfather started Lynn Shoe Company in 1919. That's a lot of years, a lot of bowling shoes.
Jeff Lind, president of Lind Shoes.
Bowling's changed over the years, so have our shoes. We offer different soles and heels in many styles to fit your game. One thing that stayed the same over 75 years, that's the Lynn quality. That's the key. Our shoes are comfortable, durable, and they perform. We're proud of Lynn Shoes because they keep getting better.
We care as much about bowling as you do.
Men, is gray hair sneaking up on you, right under your nose, making you look too old?
Whoa, it is sneaking up on me. Up here, too.
You need Just for Men Color Gel, made for the hard-to-color gray of mustaches and sideburns. Simply brush in this no-drip gel, and in 5 minutes, rinse. Gray's gone. Your mustache and sideburns blend perfectly with your natural hair color.
That gray won't sneak up on me again.
Just for Men Color Gel, the sure thing for a natural look.
The Brunswick World Team Bowling Challenge is brought to you by the Women's International Bowling Congress and the American Bowling Congress, providing championship service to sanctioned leagues across the United States. Make sure your league is sanctioned by the national governing bodies. By Lynn Shoes. For the performance approach, it's American-made Lynn Shoes, the choice of bowlers worldwide. By Contour Power Grips, the pioneers of the finger grip industry. More pros choose Contour Power Grips. You should too. And by Brunswick. Bowling is sold on Brunswick worldwide. All right, it's Marianne DeRupo for Windy City Omegas and Barbara Batt for the Jack's Beach Bowl, shaking hands, and we're ready to roll here. Marianne DeRupo, 28-year-old pro bowler from New Jersey. And that's a nice start.
That's the way to start, Jay, especially in this format where you get only 2 shots the whole game.
They'll be able to play off that shot. It's so important against the good start. Here's Barbara Batt. She lives in Jacksonville, Florida. Runs her own CPA business. And leaves the 6-pin.
She just came up a little high that time. It was an interesting condition this week, and I saw in one game, in fact, I saw one man throw 8 balls, 8 different balls in one game, and it was a challenging shot.
The Contour Power Grip starting lineup brought to you by Contour Grips, pioneers in the finger grip industry. More pros choose Contour Power Grips, and you should too. You're looking now at Pam Inlow's student at Fresno State University.
She also bowled in the Team USA, Jay.
She's just 22 years of age. She was a member of the '94 World 10-Pin Team Cup gold medal winners. '94 Alberta Crow Star of Tomorrow award winner. All right. Contour Power Grip starting lineup for the Jacksonville Beach Bowl. Bat, Costello, Johnson, Milton, and Davidson.
I bowled with Pat Costello back in the 70s, and she's made the transition to the new bowling balls and new lane conditions, and here she is.
And oh, that was looking good. Pat, who lives in the Orlando area, Loma Bowling Center, Orlando, out in California, not Orlando, Florida.
Right. Well, what she's doing now is she's taking a different bowling ball for her spare. The center of the lane hooks a little bit more, so she wants the ball to go straighter. And she could probably eat that 9-pin right now because that was a perfect shot.
An early 1-pin lead for Windy City Omegas. This team was third in the '95 World Team Challenge Women's Division events in both Las Vegas and Indianapolis. Lisa Vint. The 10-pin is standing for Lisa, who is the editor and publisher of the Windy City Bowling News. Lives in East Troy, Wisconsin. And her husband Bill, of course, the editor of the ABC's bowling magazine. They're a great couple.
They are, and they do so much for bowling. She's going to cross lane, shoot the spare. The reason they change balls on the spares is because they take a ball with a harder surface that doesn't react as much as the other balls that they use for the first ball. The ball goes straighter, easier to make the spares.
This game, like everything else, has gotten very high-tech and specialized, hasn't it?
Absolutely.
Sherry Johnson. Sherry lives in Tampa. She's a Tampa native, and she's got a strike. That fires up her team.
Not only that, it was a strong ball. As it was coming into the pocket, it just ripped that 5-pin out, and that's the key pin you have to get out, and that ball just took it right out.
Lucy Giovinco, administrative assistant with Tactics Incorporated in the Atlanta area, is a Tampa native. She was born and raised in this area before moving to Georgia. She's got a strike.
Lucy's also another member of the Team USA. What they've done on their team is they've got 3 really, really good bowlers in that don't hold LPBT cards, and then their 4th and 5th bowler are LPBT members with titles.
Darlene Milton has it on the way. Darlene is a CPA and works at the All Children's Hospital here in the St. Petersburg area. Husband Tom, a former PBA player, multiple winner.
This should be a pretty easy spare.
So important in the Baker system to fill the frames.
We bowl a Baker system at home after our league, and it's almost each frame that you bowl, you almost have to look at it like it's an entire game. It's so important to fill those frames with marks.
Here is Michelle Mullen, pro bowler, lives in the Chicago area. Nice going for the anchor, the Windy City Omegas. And here's Dee Dee Davidson coming up. Let's take a look at that last shot.
Okay, as you can see, she's playing deep inside, right around the 3rd arrow. The ball comes back, and the test is whether they can get that 5-pin out, and she does.
Here's Dee Dee, the left-hander, and she's got the strike. So it's heating up here in this first match between Windy City Omegas and Jack's Beach Bowl, and we'll be back.
Introducing Feel the Love. 40 truly passionate songs by today's most popular artists.
I'm mad about you. You're mad about me.
Wherever you go, I'll be with you.
We belong to the light. We belong to the love.
And I'm gonna keep on loving you. What did I say?
Feel the love. 40 hits on 3 cassettes or 3 CDs. Here's how to order.
Call toll-free 1-800-522-5333. Call from the U.S. or Canada. That's 1-800-522-5333. Or send $19.95 for 3 cassettes or $26.95 for 3 CDs, plus $4.50 shipping and handling to the address on your screen.
Warriors of the Ice. Every week, a new battle, a new enemy. Defending their goal and fighting to be national champions. College Hockey Game of the Week. Get your weekly dose on this regional sports network.
And here again, Marianne DeRupo. 92 LPBT Rookie of the Year. Brooklyn didn't get him.
Well, she just came up on that shot, a little off the ball. She's going to have to make sure that she maintains her speed, and you can't overturn these reactive resin balls. And she's such a consummate professional that eventually, you know, she's going to find it. There's no question about that. But she's a great athlete, also a softball player, and you can tell by her release that it's very much like a man's release, and that's what these women do. They today they're so strong, so powerful.
Take a look at the release as she cut down the 5.9 there.
Watch her come through the ball, and as her hand rotates over, so powerful.
Jacks +2 with the strike.
Now there does seem to be a little out of bounds on the lanes. If you go a little bit too far right and you don't come through the ball with the rotation, the ball will hang out.
Barbara Batt leaving the 1-2-4.
And she's choosing not to switch balls on the spare, which is all right because she still has the 1 and the 2 pin up there.
This is a 2-game match, and that hurt, leaving that one. About the qualifying procedure here, of course, they were over at another facility here, and then moved in here this morning for the match play. And a beauty that time. Ham in lows with a strike.
What they do, Jay, they bowled over at the other bowling center, and they bowled two three-game blocks over at Sunshine Bowl, and then they cut to the top 10 bowlers, and then they bowl a round-robin 2-game match each to come up with the top bowlers over here.
Pretty grueling competition. Patty
Oh.
Costello leaves the 10.
Well, she's thrown 2 fabulous shots and has got nothing for it. But knowing Pat, she's so tenacious, such a great competitor. A lot of guts. You know, you can have a lot of ability, but not have that determination, and she does. So she's just got to shake those taps off.
13 pro titles, including 2 U.S. Open championships.
Uh-oh.
Ah, mistake there, boy.
Looks like she hung up in it a little bit. Okay, as we see her going to the line, looks like she hung up, and you see when she lofted it out, she lost all the rotation. The ball will never come back.
That puts Windy City up by 31 at this point in the proceedings. Oh, that would have been 41 with a strike. Lisa could have converted there.
That's all right. They're maintaining a clean game, and that's just what they want to do. Just hit the pocket. Even if you don't carry, it's okay. Just make your spares.
Lisa won 3 medals in the '94 U.S. Olympic Festival. Spare, Some stats on this competition. Michelle Mullen, the high game. Marianne DeRupo. Qualifying averages. Sherry Johnson. Gotta hurry. All right. They scrambled them.
It just shows you the technology today, like as you were speaking of before, Jay. Sherry doesn't have a lot of torque on the ball. She doesn't do as much to it. She has a nice quiet release. But when those pins get hit by those reactive resin balls, they just explode. So you don't need a lot of power today.
Lucy Giovinco has it on the way.
That's a good break. Easy spare, no problem.
This young woman owns 4 FIQ gold medals, 7 U.S. Olympic Festival gold medals.
Wow.
In this Baker system, there's such an interesting chemistry that's created. All the women supporting one another, and a strike at the right time can really pick up everybody.
Well, I've noticed, and a couple of people have mentioned to me, the women's competition is always very exciting. They're very emotional. The spectators love it.
Darlene Milton. All right. We're seeing some outstanding shot making here.
Yes, we are. The lanes have seemed to open up a little bit. They have a little more area. As you can see, she goes out a little bit more toward the second arrow instead of the third arrow. She's not sure if it'll come back, but it does.
That's the first double in the match. Jacksonville Beach Bowl. Michelle Mullen. Looking good. Oh, my goodness. That 7-pin just wouldn't go down.
That's an incredibly bad break, and you'll see the pins just go everywhere, fly around, hit it, actually hit it, and it won't go down. What a freak.
It's a cruel game sometimes.
Yes, it is, and she's really keeping her composure at this point.
Okay, she won the 95 Samstown Players Invitational. She's also won 9 LPBT regional events.
Yep, this girl can bowl, and they've bowled a clean game. That's something you don't often see in Baker system, but they have bowled a clean game. If she strikes here, she'll have a 2-0. Their team will have a 205. She does.
Well, Jacksonville could strike out for the lead here. And it is up to Dee Dee Davidson.
By 1 pin if she strikes out, but the first ball is a real key ball.
Dee Dee, a very strong left-hander. How about that?
And she's fired up. She's a real competitor.
She wanted to say hello to the Calhoun girls, her buddies, and told her I'd do that. Boy, that looked good, huh?
Yeah, she's playing out more outside than in the qualifying. That shot didn't seem to be there in the qualifying, but now there's a shot out there, and lefties usually feel more comfortable toward the gutter. Came up a little light.
3-7.
But that's all right. She'll get 1, and then it only leaves them a few pins down. And a 190 is a good game in Baker.
Dee Dee Davidson, who is a professional bowler and bowls Clearwater Bowl. It's there, just to the north of us here. And we will return with more of this Brunswick World Team Challenge. Windy City up by 12. Back in a moment.
Mike Albee on bowling.
Getting the right grip is really important for a good game.
Hey, Mike, here's a tip. The American Bowling Congress has teamed with Marine Midland Bank to offer a Gold MasterCard with a great 12.9% on transfer balances. Get a grip on your finances by using your line of credit checks. You get a free subscription to Bowling Magazine, and you'll support the ABC every time you use your card.
That's a great tip.
Thanks, Mike.
Hey, get your own card.
The ABC MasterCard.
You're a winner, and you deserve recognition. In sanctioned leagues and tournaments, 2 million awards are handed out each year by the national governing bodies of bowling, the American Bowling Congress, the Women's International Bowling Congress, and the Young American Bowling Alliance.
But your membership card entitles sanctioned league bowlers to more than the awards program.
There's more than $1 million each for college scholarships and veterans hospitals, bowlers supporting their communities.
Every member has a chance to compete in thousands of special events, locally, nationally, and internationally.
Sanctioned leagues also provide for the standardization of rules and supplies. Plus, league prize money is bonded.
Equipment testing and research helps advance the sport.
Your membership card does all that.
And every lane is inspected annually by local association volunteers. In short, everything runs smoother, and sanctioned leagues are a lot more fun.
So have more fun and help shape the future of bowling by making sure your league is sanctioned by the national governing bodies, the ABC, WIBC, or YABA.
Jay Randolph and Paula Carter with you from Seminole Lanes as we go to the second game of this opening match. Barbara Batt came up a little short. Paula, what about the selection of the lanes and then the switching of the lanes here?
Well, in the second game, they have to switch lanes, and during their practice time, I'm sure that they've tried to find out if there's been a difference in the two lanes and what adjustments they have to make. And the really neat part of team bowling is that they can discuss it among themselves, and if one person finds a secret to the lane, they can tell the other person, and it's really great. It's a comforting concept.
All the practice was before we actually started. There was no practice between these two games.
That's right, and it's really neat because, you know, when you bowl individually on tour, you know, you're all by yourself, but here you get a little help from your friends.
Marianne DeRupo.
Now she's having a problem, and I'm really surprised because I know the ability of this girl, and she just seems like she's just setting it short, not getting it out, and you have to get it through the heads. The heads mean the beginning part of the lane, and with these reactive resin balls, they're going to hook early, and you have to make sure that you get the ball through. So she may have to just loft it just a little bit. She completely lost that shot.
Boy.
Totally lost that shot.
Left the 3-6 there and an open frame.
Very
Good way to
discouraging.
start.
No, not at all.
Now Patty Costello, the veteran. Patty's a little problem with her shoe, it looks like.
I think she had some tape or something on her shoe.
Mm-hmm. Nine-time a women bowling All-American. And she put her hands up in the air, touchdown.
Well, finally she got what she deserved.
Yeah.
Nice style. Strong girl, as you can see by the strike.
Yeah,
I don't have to tell you that.
A lot of lift and loft on that
Yes.
ball she throws.
She also comes from the old school, too, and that's how we used to bowl back then.
And the strike there for Pam Inlows.
And that's the new school, Jay. Not a lot of turn, not a big cranking game, but you see what happened? Just watch her go through the ball. Coming into the pocket. Now, on this shot, you think, well, maybe a 10-pin, but boy, a 6-pin slapped it right out.
That's got to hurry. Oh, it didn't.
Seems like she lost that ball also.
Sherry Johnson struck on both of her opportunities in game one. Has a problem here. The 1-2-4-10.
Okay, she's going with the same ball to shoot the spare. She needs to come in on the Brooklyn side, and we had a lot of wraparound washouts this week.
Good effort. Lisa Vint. Lisa was on the '94 Bowlers Journal All-Amateur team. And, oh boy, not the kind of reaction she was hoping for there.
No, that's what we call a little bit of a weaker shot. Didn't quite drive out the 5 into the 8 pin. It went right in front of it instead of hitting it.
We'll return with more of this first match, the Brunswick World Team Challenge from Seminole Lanes in Florida, right after this.
When I was little, my mom would fix me a hot cup of Ovaltine at bedtime. So relaxing and delicious. After a rough day, I still like to relax with a hot Ovaltine. I feel like myself again. With all those vitamins and no caffeine, I'm having something good for me that also tastes great. That special malt taste brings back memories. Sure, I'm over 30, but I feel like an Ovaltine.
I feel like an Ovaltine.
Hi, I'm Joy Mangano, and I invented the Miracle Mop. It's the original cotton self-wringing mop. Therefore, the most absorbent. It will clean that mess again and again and again.
And I'm Jane Rudolph-Tracy, host on QVC, where we have sold over 300,000 mops to people all across the country, just like you. In fact, let's hear from some of them. Hi, you're on the air.
I love your mop. It's been a lifesaver. This mop is wonderful. I would tell anybody to buy it.
You can take it into the bathtub, up the shower stall, behind the commode.
And after all that messy cleaning, this is the only mop of its kind. You're so smart that you can put into the washing machine with bleach, and it comes out germ-free.
I can't say enough about them. They're wonderful. It cuts my time in half.
Why don't you give us a call? Our operators are standing by.
Have your credit card ready and call 1-800-500-7564. The original Miracle Mop really will be the last mop you'll ever have to buy. Call 1-800-500-7564. That's 1-800-500-7564. Call now.
There's Joyce Deitch, president of the WIBC. Nice to see her here this week.
Yes, it is. We had a lot of people here from both the ABC and WIBC. They really support this event.
Darlene Milton.
I don't know if you noticed that, Jay, but as she was walking up to the line, she looked like she was looking straight down at the approach. I don't know if she was bothered by something, but then she totally lost the ball. Once you get it in that center of the lane, it's gone. And watch her eyes on this shot. Look how far down she looks. I don't know if she does that all the time or if it was just that one shot.
She's very disappointed there, leaving the 5-10. The lead of 12 for Windy City.
They've already had 4 opens in this match, both teams. And last match, they only had 2 opens for the entire game.
Pressure beginning to mount a little, and the lane's changing.
Could be. But Lucy came back and gave them the strike they needed.
A big strike indeed.
I think the lanes have been pretty even most of the week. As we move from pair to pair, they seemed pretty even. So, you know, you make a good point. You know, you were coming down to the nitty-gritty now, and do nerves come into play?
Boy, Dee Davidson, 10-pin standing.
You know, some of these girls have been on television 20, 30 times. And then there are other girls who have never been on, or maybe just once or twice. And you can see that some of them are really used to the pressure and some of them aren't. That's why the team concept really helps, because you feel you've got somebody on your side.
Dee won the 93 U.S. Open, the 91 WIBC Queens. Michelle Mullen. 4 LPB team national titles for this pro bowler. They can go up by 22 with a strike. Hurry.
Ball just hung a little long. Didn't quite make the turn back.
Left the 2-5.
She's going to pick up her spare ball. Can't put them all on the racks because there's not enough room these days for all the balls that these bowlers use.
Windy City was 4-6 in the match play. Jacksonville Beach Bowl 5-5. And there's an open.
Oh, that hurts. That really hurts your confidence, you know. And when you throw it in the pocket, it's you know, one thing, but when you miss the pocket and miss the spare, it's a killer.
Barbara Batt. She's a member of the Florida WBA Hall of Fame. The winner of this match, remember, moves on to play Turbo 2-1 from Detroit, Michigan. And the winner here moves on to the Grand Championship in August. Don Carter Lanes, Kenner, Louisiana. The Treasure Chest Open. What a time that's going to be.
Well, they seem pretty loose out there, you know. It's nice that they're having a lot of fun.
The Windy City Omegas don't have a spare in this game up to now. A couple of opens, a couple of strikes.
Marianne hasn't been close yet. Hopefully she can get it together now.
She does. We'll return with more of the Brunswick World Team Challenge from here in Florida right after this.
The American Bowling Congress and the Lynn Shoe Company are offering a one-time only ABC 100th Anniversary Bowling Shoe. The shoes are gold stamped with ABC Centennial and Lynn logos and individually numbered heel plates. You can help the American Bowling Congress and improve your game by purchasing a pair of Lynn Centennial bowling shoes. I personally recommend Lynn shoes, and a contribution is being made to the ABC for each pair sold. Lynn's, for the scoring edge.
It's not whether you win or lose. It's whether you win.
The meek may inherit the earth, but they'll never bowl a perfect game.
Go ahead, make my day.
Clint Eastwood. He takes the law into his own hands. And now you can watch his best movies anytime you want with Time Life Video's totally uncut Clint Eastwood collection. It's classic Clint, hard as flint.
People have a nasty habit of getting dead around you.
Call this number now for your first video. Eastwood's Oscar-winning masterpiece, Unforgiven. The special price is only $9.99.
I'm here to kill you, little Bill.
And if you order by credit card right now, we'll send you the ultimate bonus video, Dirty Harry, absolutely free.
Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Remember, your collection starts with Unforgiven, specially priced.
To order your Clint Eastwood Unforgiven video, call 1-800-322-1199. Use your credit card and receive Dirty Harry free. Or send $9.99 plus $3.49 shipping and handling to Clint Eastwood, Department 3, Richmond, Virginia, 23280.
Pat Costello. Coming down to the home stretch now of the semifinal match. And Pat, tremendous veteran. Look at her. They're a happy bunch right now and beginning to feel very good about how it's going.
Pat, I don't know. They might move her down to anchor. I'm not sure because she's packed the pocket every time she's thrown it.
2 strikes in this game.
And she's always been one of the most animated bowlers on tour.
10 pin.
There's that flat 10 pin.
Ham in lows.
You know, they're called Windy City Omegas, but there's only one girl from Chicago. I don't know how that happens. But
Well, they put these sponsorships together, and that's another interesting aspect. A few phone calls are made. Everybody gets together and get the sponsor. And course, we've got that upcoming event in Las Vegas. It's already sold out. It'll be in Indianapolis. A very close match going on here. You know, the Brunswick World Team Challenge continues to grow. And the way the bowlers have taken to this Baker system is phenomenal.
It really is. They come from all over the place to bowl, and you know, Florida's not close to where these girls are coming from. And I heard
Sherry
people...
Johnson right there with a Brooklyn, and she got the job done, and happiness reigns for the Jacksonville Beach Bowl team.
Well, that was a crucial double right there because that puts them up by 9 pins.
Yeah. Taking the lead with the strike, Lisa Vint.
Now here's the part that shows you what you're made out of.
How about that?
Ooh.
Lisa strikes for Windy City Omegas, and you can see our score right now has the Jacksonville Beach Bowl up by 9 as we go to the wire here.
The last shot she threw, she just totally lost it.
Right, Darlene Milton.
See what happens now.
Let's see how she reacts.
I watched her again going down the foul line, Jay. She spots at the foul line. She doesn't have her eyes out at the arrows, which are 15 feet away. She's looking straight down at the foul line. Very unusual.
Well, different strokes for different folks, huh?
Yes.
Here it is.
Watch her eyes. Just unbelievable. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
All right. Lucy Giovinco. Come down to the money players in this match. Yes, she got them all.
Just amazes me time after time that you can
gives
come
them
up
the lead now.
with a shot like that when you need it.
They're up by 3 with that strike.
You know what your stomach's going through, what your head's going through, and to throw a shot like that.
There is Michelle Mullen. Dee Dee Davidson. Uh-oh. Well,
Jay,
3, 5, 6, 9.
this is not an easy spare.
No.
And she knows she has to have it.
These two anchor bowlers. Mullen watching. Davidson trying to convert here. It's a very close match.
Oh.
That's a total of 361.
I think that about does them in right there.
It does.
168 they finished with for 361 total. She needs 8 pins here to win the match.
And that's what she gets. So it is going to be the Windy City Omegas who will move on to play Turbo 2-1 in our championship match here at the Seminole Lanes. Again, we'll remind you that they were at the Sunshine Lanes yesterday and came here for the match play this morning. Show you some of the other finishers. This group from Cincinnati, Ohio, finishing 4th. And a team from New York finishing 5th. Linz from Somerset, Wisconsin in the 6th position. Detroit, Michigan Contour Power Grips finishing 7th. Storm Vice Grips, Utah. They won the Baltimore event last year. That's going to finish off this victory for Windy City Omegas. Finishing in 9th place, strike zone. And finishing 10th, the Status Limousine Group from Miami. We'll be back with the bowling news. And, of course, coming up a little later on, our championship match.
What is it that makes virtual reality so real? Find out in Popular Science. What's it like to fly a classified F-117A fighter? Find out in Popular Science. Will hydrogen replace oil as the fuel of the 21st century? Find out in Popular Science. Where can you learn about the latest breakthroughs in high-tech products? Everything from the phone of the future to tires you can drive on even when they're flat. Find out in Popular Science, now at over 50% off with this special TV subscription offer. Call now, and as an extra bonus, get this powerful and practical mini flashlight free. Month after month, Popular Science sheds new light on what's new today and what tomorrow will look like in the world of science, computers, electronics, automobiles, and more. Call now to get 12 issues of Popular Science for just $13.94, more than half off the newsstand price. Plus this practical mini flashlight free with your paid subscription. Call now. Warriors of the Ice. Every week, a new battle, a new enemy. Defending their goal and fighting to be national champions.
Friday on this regional sports network.
Now it's time to go around the bowling world. Brought to you by the High Roller Tournaments at the Showboat Hotel in Las Vegas. President Bill Clinton took some time out of his busy schedule to give special recognition to the BVL Fund for the 1994-95 league season fundraising activities. BVL National Committee Chairperson Elaine Hagan and Executive Director Helene Phillips presented the President and Veterans Administration Secretary Jesse Brown with a check for more than $900,000 to benefit VA medical centers nationwide. Representatives of the BVL Fund were on hand in Washington to help mark this year's Veterans Day ceremonies in keeping with BVL's promise to always remember those who fought for our country. Becky Craigling, the pride of Stratford, Connecticut, has gained a spot on the 1996 Team USA Club. The 28-year-old right-hander will join the national amateur team, replacing 1994 national amateur champion Liz Johnson, who has decided to turn professional. The numbers are in for the 1994-95 WIBC bowling season. Jody Musto of Scotia, New York, rolled the highest individual series of the season with her 856 gem. The women's division Brunswick World Team Challenge defending champion Contour Power Grips Ladies of Detroit swept the 5-player series scored, including a 3-game series world record. The River Liquors team, out of Minneapolis, took 5-player high games honors with a magnificent 1252. Bowlers now have a greater opportunity to compete in the 6th WIBC ABC Mixed Championships. The annual classified event will take place at the National Bowling Stadium in Reno from June 7th to June 17th and continuing from June 21st to the 24th. The entry deadline is April 29th, 1996. There's still time to enter the 77th Women's International Bowling Congress Championship Tournament. That competition begins on April 4th in the Buffalo, New York area. 6,200 teams have already entered the tournament. Entries will be accepted only until January 19th, 1996. For entry information on either one of these exciting national competitions, please call 800-211-1358. Around the Bowling World has been brought to you by the High Roller Tournaments. Call 800-257-6179 for information on how to enter.
The Windy City Omegas have defeated Jack's Beach Bowl 373 to 361, and they'll go against our #1 qualifiers, Turbo 2-in-1 Grips. Back with the championship match in a moment.
Ever wonder how it felt to live during the Civil War? Now the people who were there can tell you in their own words, in Voices of the Civil War, with newly discovered material rescued from lost diaries and letters.
Call now to get your first book, Gettysburg, for only $9.99. And with your payment, you'll also get Brother Against Brother free.
It's the entire Civil War in one book. The battle strategies and decision makers, the causes to the aftermath, and it's free.
For your free copy of Brother Against Brother, call now and order Gettysburg from Voices of the Civil War. Use your credit card and these battlefield sketches are yours free.
What a value! You'll get Brother Against Brother free. Use your credit card and you'll get these free. All with Gettysburg, all for one low price, and all from Time Life. Call now.
For your free copy of Brother Against Brother, call 1-800-985-3737 and order Gettysburg for only $9.99. Use your credit card and receive your free sketches. Call now.
Look who's coming home in the year's most exciting all-new home video. Remember this phone number, 1-800-547-3939 to order World Champions on Ice Forever Gold. It's all new, it's all the best, and it's on one special video cassette. This special television offer is only $24.95 plus shipping and handling. Don't miss your chance to see all your favorite skating superstars in this special collector's video. Call 1-800-547-3939. Call now.
Marianne DeRupo for Windy City Omegas and Laura Moriarty for the Turbo 2-in-1 grip team. And it will be Windy City Omegas leading off with Marianne DeRupo. Just a little short, but it didn't make any difference.
No.
My, oh my.
Great luck right there, especially on the first shot. You want to go out there and really show these guys you mean business. She came up light. I think she switched balls during the practice session, so she's using new equipment now.
And here is Laura Moriarty, pro bowler, lives over in the Daytona Beach area. Oh, both of them open with strikes. Remember, we have the $25,000 Perfect Game Challenge presented by the sponsors of the Brunswick World Team Challenge. At the Grand Championship in August in Louisiana, that will be $100,000.
Oh, boy.
And a strike for Pam Inlows. Speaking of the Grand Championship, of course, the World Team Challenge brought to you in part by the Treasure Chest Casino, the proud host of the 96 Grand Championships in the city of Kenner, Louisiana, Don Carter Lanes. Don Carter Lanes. How about that?
And in that tournament, Jay, the finals will be at the Pontchartrain Center, and it'll be an arena event.
Yeah, that's going to be wonderful to move into the Pontchartrain Center for that. Corrine Ham. And we'll have, of course, the international flavor again with teams coming from all over the world. Team USA competing. Corrine picks it up. Her occupation, she's a mother. That's a full-time job. Here's our Contour Power Grip starting lineup, brought to you by Contour Power Grips, the pioneers in the finger grip industry. More pros choose Contour. You should too.
And the interesting part in that team is Corrine and Shirley, our daughter and mother.
Yeah, we're going to see Shirley Hintz here in just a minute. Right
Oh,
now,
Lisa threw that shot, and she hit the out of bounds. There is an out of bounds on each side. You'll see on the left side, right around 8 and out to the gutter, and the right side about the same.
Now, what do you mean by out of bounds? Some of the golfers might be wondering.
Well, what that means is when the ball hits the out of bounds area, it will probably go dead straight. It will not hook at all. So we call that out of bounds. You don't want to go there. You have to stay in the playing part of the lane that's going to take the reaction of the ball. And there's a lot of oil out there. So once the ball hits that area, it's going to go straight.
All right. The 10 is standing for April Costa. April's 24 years of age. Lives in the West Palm Beach area of Florida. Membership services assistant in data entry work there.
And her family's been in the bowling business forever that I can remember. And I'm sure she had a bowling ball in her hand when she was probably 3 years old.
This is our championship match of the Brunswick World Team Challenge. We'll be back.
Getting the proper feel is important to every bowler. Grip inserts provide you with that proper feeling on every shot. That's why today's top professionals choose only Contour Power Grips. And you should too.
Contour Power Grips, manufactured by the pioneers in the finger grip industry, Pro Sports Systems. More pros choose Contour Power Grips. You should too. Ask your Pro Shop professional for Contour Power Grips, the grips that legends use.
Whether at work or on the lanes, you're sure to be recognized as an ABC member with this limited edition, richly coated 24-karat gold Centennial ring. Or show your pride with this stylish, handcrafted solid sterling silver member's ring. And don't miss out on this striking limited edition ABC Centennial Stein. Each numbered stein is 7.5 inches high, features a solid pewter lid and a ceramic insert with the ABC Eagle logo. To order, call Cardinal Marketing at 1-800-999-BOWL. Visa MasterCard accepted, satisfaction guaranteed.
Raise a glass and toast the new year of sports in January on Prime. First, the college kids are setting lofty goals, and they plan to reach them with authority. And these guys plan to break more than old habits as Prime's college hockey coverage rolls on. And why not resolve this year to study overseas? Soccer, that is. As Prime brings you English and Italian soccer highlights. And if you thought your New Year's Eve headache was rough, think how these guys gotta feel as Prime Boxing pops the cork on a new year. So start off 96 with a celebration of sports on Prime.
And here is Lucy Giovinco. She's had 3 strikes in her 4 opportunities. And that one is not going to get there.
No, she hit that slick area, and I think the reason why is she just got a little quick, didn't quite come through the ball, as you can see. Just a little quick, little snap of the arm. And the way the lanes are conditioned, Jay, like from 8 out, a lot of oil inside, they're hooking a lot, so the girls have to find what's comfortable for them.
The 1, 2, 4, 8, and she gets them.
Got a break on that one.
Sure did. The pin action, the kickback.
Great pin action.
Here's Shirley Hintz. Shirley, who lives over in the Cocoa, Florida area. Her husband Skip, they operate a bowling center there.
Threw a nice shot. She's also the bowler that comes out of the 70s on tour, and she's not a touring player right now, but still keeps very active in the game, changing with the game, changing equipment, and that's what you have to do. You have to go to your pro shops and you have to find out what's available for you now and what can raise your average.
Well, we mentioned, of course, she is the mother of Corrine Ham and also Charlene Hintz on this team as the 6th player on the team, not bowling right now. She's a college student. So.
And it was interesting because during the practice session before they started the match, Charlene Hintz did not miss the pocket, but they still elected to go with the 5 that they're bowling with right now.
Michelle Mullen. Windy City Omegas, who defeated Jack's Beach Bowl to get to this championship match. All right.
That was a great shot with a lot of action on the ball. Each of these teams have gone with the max of the pros, 2 on each team. So it keeps it competitive. And look at that 5-pin, just knocks the 5-pin out, and then the other pins do all the work.
Leanne Barrett. Leanne from Yukon, Oklahoma, pro bowler with the strike.
What a quality player this girl is, and she's just, to me, probably one of the top 3 in the world right now. And it says a lot for this event that you guys, you draw from all over the place, all these top quality players.
Go up by 16 with a strike here. Up leaves the 10-pin.
Well, at least she's hitting the pocket now, where before she wasn't. And she decided she's going to take off her wrist support to go for the spare. And what that does is it takes the hook off the ball, and she'll probably throw it fairly straight, switching balls again to go straighter at the spare. Another pro coming up, Laura Moriarty.
She's won 2 Florida Queens titles and won the Daytona Beach All Events Championship on 2 occasions.
She really lost that ball, Jay. Did you hear it when it thumped down on the lane? Just couldn't get a grip on it. And it was gone before she even got to the follow-through. But she got a great break. Spares a layup. No problem.
Trying to pick up the 3-pin. And she does. And we'll have more from Seminole Lanes here in Seminole, Florida. Windy City Omegas up by 6.
You only get 15 minutes of fame.
Unless you take someone else's.
11 strikes down. 10 pins up. 1 ball to go.
When do they add the quality to Lynn shoes? It's in every step of the manufacturing process. Quality in every step of your approach. Lynn shoes.
Mike Albee on bowling.
Getting the right grip is really important for a good game.
Hey, Mike, here's a tip. The American Bowling Congress is teamed with Marine Midland Bank to offer a Gold MasterCard with a great 12.9% on transfer balances. Get a grip on your finances by using your line of credit checks. You get a free subscription to Bowling Magazine, and you'll support the ABC every time you use your card.
That's a great tip.
Thanks, Mike.
Hey, get your own card.
The ABC MasterCard.
Skin rash?
I had the skin rash. It itched and burned and was very uncomfortable. I had been a Cortisone 10 user, but now I use Gold Bond Cream.
Gold Bond medicated anti-itch cream. Itch relief that starts to work on contact. And a recent clinical study showed at 10 minutes, Gold Bond Cream provided more effective itch relief than Cortisone 10. And Gold Bond contains 2 medically proven pain relievers not found in Cortisone 10.
Gold Bond Cream gave fast relief from itching and burning.
Try Gold Bond medicated anti-itch cream.
There's Sylvia Broyles, the second vice president of the WIBC, sitting alongside of Elaine Hagan. You know, a lot of volunteers, I guess 30,000 or so, that work to make it all happen in the bowling world. The WIBC, this is terrific. Pam Inlows for Windy City.
She just came up a little high and she averted the split, so that's should be able to fill this frame. And I noticed these averages, Jay, on these bowlers. The lowest average is 210. Really, really nice players.
Pam, a league average of 213. Tournament director Jim Roll and his crew have done a wonderful job here with this women's division event, the second of 6.
You couldn't move around this place all week. I mean, it was packed.
Yeah.
It was packed. The spectators love it. Bowlers love it.
60 lanes here at Seminole, and of course the women's division moving over from Sunshine after the action there yesterday. The 1-2-7-8.
And she completely lost that ball. You know, I'm trying to figure out, is it carry down? As you bowl, sometimes the oil carries down a little farther down the lane, so you have to make an adjustment. But a couple of the girls have been just losing the ball on the downswing, and I'm not so sure what's happening out there.
There's a very big spare.
Yes, it is. Great shot there. You have to cover this spare with the ball. All of them.
The lead is 9 for Windy City Omegas.
I shouldn't say this, but nobody's open so far, which makes it a great match.
You're allowed to say that. That's your job.
I am.
That's your job as an analyst.
Uh-oh. I could be a witch. I don't want to be a witch.
Okay.
I don't want to wish any bad luck on these girls. She wasn't happy with that shot, but she just needs to come back and make the spare.
2-4-5. All right.
Oh, thank you.
We've seen some fine shooting here. Now it's April Costa. Who's that fella there?
Oh, that guy. I know him. Yeah.
The one and only Mr. Don Carter. Had a nice visit with him today. There's a lot of thrills over the years.
It's given me a few thrills, too.
Hey, there's an unsolicited testimony. Eight and 2 in match play. The Turbo 2-1 team out of Detroit. Qualifying average of 197.8. Oh, yes. Oh.
What takes them so long?
It is a game of inches.
Yes, it is.
Let's look again at this.
Oh, that pin just got nicked. That 5-pin just got nicked.
Windy City Omegas up by 8. 2-game match for the championship.
Well, I have to say, Jay, they've been very fortunate because they've thrown a few shots that could have easily been splits, and they've broken them down. Again, switching balls to go straighter. And this is a good tip for people at home. If they can afford to have 2 bowling balls, it's really important. Because of the conditions today, because of the reactive balls, they hook so much more. You get something a lot harder surface ball, goes straighter, the spares become easier, especially the corner pins.
Shirley Hintz. This lady has captured 7 Florida Queens events. Gotta hurry. It did. It did. Boy, that turned quickly.
It turned quickly and hit with such force. And if you notice Shirley's game, it's a quiet game. It doesn't, she doesn't turn it a lot, just very quiet. When that ball hit, it looked like a ball that gets 18 revolutions on it.
Here's Michelle Mullen. And the strike for Michelle.
She's had 2 strikes this game. Going for 3, going for 4. She strikes out. Team will have a 2-0-9.
See the concentration.
But that's all right.
A little high with that one.
See a lot of balls with the grips in them. The girls feel like the grips help them get a little more turn on the ball.
Not the spare. Now it comes down to Leanne Barrett, and she can strike out for a 13-pin lead. That's the task that faces her.
She gets this first one, they can go into the lead. Oh. She's such a fine player. You watch her extension. Just look at her balance at the line and the extension that she goes through, and she gets the ball farther down the lane than I think anyone in bowling today. Look at that follow through. Just perfect. Look at how low she is to the line. Just a great game.
She was the 91 Lin Shu's Player of the Year. And there it went. A little late 10.
A late 10. She didn't seem totally on balance that time, but she hit her target, which is so important. If you hit your target, you're going to be close. She hit her target. She was a little off, but she still carried. I love her anchoring for me any day.
And Leanne Barrett finishes strong. We will return with our second match of the championship.
You into sports? I mean really into sports? Great, me too. The Big Four. You know, football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. If you're like me, you need more than the score. You need to know what's coming. Penetrating analysis of teams and players. The inside story on strategies and trade rumors. Who's hot and who's not. And why. From people out there where it's happening. Like me, week after week. And I'll even give you a great deal. We've been called the Bible of sports for over 100 years. We deliver the inside scoop on every team, on every franchise. So no matter where you live, the sporting news keeps you close to your favorite team, pro or college. Okay, here's the deal. Call the 1-800 number and tell them the Fly sent you.
The stars will be shooting in the Space City. The IHL's best converge on the ice in Houston for a show guaranteed to be out of this world. The IHL All-Star Game, Saturday on this regional sports network.
All right, we go to our last game. And it will be Laura Moriarty to lead it off. Turbo 2-1.
The ball didn't quite make the turn. She leaves a tough spare.
2-4-5-7.
2-4-5 is common. The 7-pin is not so common, and that's the one you have to be worried about leaving, chopping. It's so important to get out to a mark, get off to a mark.
Okay, picked up that spare. To this point in this match, we've not had anybody open.
No, everybody has made their spares. It's great.
Marianne DeRupo. She disappointed there.
She's not playing, you know, what she's used to. I mean, she's used to getting up there and throwing strikes. She's probably, like you say, a little disappointed in herself.
The winning team in this championship match gets the all-expense trip. All of the goodies with it, and a chance at the Grand Championship in the New Orleans area in August. Corrine Ham.
She came up with her whole body on that shot. Had no chance.
Of course, we've switched lanes here.
You can see as she releases the ball, she's going to stand straight up. Didn't even have her eyes on her target or anything. So once the ball hits the dry center area of the lane, it's going to go left. And that's exactly what it did. So now she's going to have to move left and see if she can throw it towards the pocket. Oh.
And the 1-3-9 and the 9 still standing.
Now you can make the spare that way. That's not the way it's recommended, but she chopped it.
Pam in lows.
Now this team says, okay, we're back in it. We got a chance.
The strike for Pam. Here's April Costa. Qualifying average of 197.8 for turbo 2-in-1 grips. Baker average 193.1. Gotta hurry. Didn't get there.
I don't know if the girls are intentionally setting the ball short or if they're losing it because possibly the heat, the lights, you know, I don't know.
Ever-changing conditions, of course. She's left the 1-2-4.
And also hormones play a factor in women's bowling, which men don't have to worry about.
Good point.
She dropped it again.
Oh, my. Well, there is an open.
This is looking very similar to the first match we had, where the first game there were only 2 opens, and then the second game there were more. Again, you know, it's happening again.
Lisa Vint. Okay. She's a happy lady. Look at her.
I think there were a couple clipping penalties on that shot. Looks like the 4 got clipped out and the 6 got clipped out.
And the lead now is 23 for Windy City. Shirley Hintz. Shirley talking to herself there.
Well, it looks like that lane's a tougher lane, pretty obviously. The ball rolled out, never grabbed the lane, and she leaves a tough spare. And they've already had 2 open, so the pressure's on now.
She picked it up. Nicely done. Here's Lucy Giovinco.
I really like Lucy's game. She's got a really solid game. Nice speed, good backswing.
They're up by 33 with a spare. She doesn't get it. Or with a strike, I should say, not a spare. Up by 33 with the spare if she'd gotten it. Let's remind you about some upcoming events. Don Carter's Southwest Lanes in Fort Worth, February. Also in February, we'll be in Indianapolis. Both men's and women's competition there. You want to enter the Brunswick World Team Challenge? 414-423-3387. Right now the lead is 22.
I think we'll find out how tough this lane really is as we see Leanne go up there. She didn't think it was so tough.
That's a big strike.
She just looked like she threw it a little bit harder. Maybe she saw something that the other girls might not have been doing.
Now can Michelle Mullen come through with a strike? She counters right back. We'll return with more right after timeout for these messages.
The men and the machines, the technology and the atrocities, the power and the horror of 100 years of war. The complete history of 20th century conflict, the century of warfare, now available exclusively from Time Life Video.
Never before has the entire history of modern conflict been brought together in one comprehensive series. You'll see action you've never seen before and that you can't get in any store. So call now to get Air War for only $4.99. The Century of Warfare, exclusively from Time Life. It's 100 years of combat footage from both sides. Scenes that you can't get in any store. So call now before it's too late.
To order your Century of Warfare Air War video, call 1-800-421-8787. Call now or send $4.99 plus $3.49 shipping to the address on your screen.
Who's America's new gymnastics darling? Find out in this all-new NBC Sports home video. America's Best, The Road to Glory. Call 1-800-851-8787 for a behind-the-scenes look at your favorite gymnastics superstars. Dominique Moceanu, Dominique Dawes, Shannon Miller, J.C. Phelps, and many more. Call 1-800-851-8787 for this exclusive TV offer. Only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Call now.
It's a perfect 10.
Along with Paula Carter, Jay Randolph, the final frames. Here is Laura Moriarty.
Oh, that could have carried Jay. The last time she went up, she came in light too. She probably made a little bit of an adjustment, threw a better ball than she could have carried, but left an easy spare. And they really needed that hit because they were on a strike and they're down 22, so they need some strikes.
They need some strikes and some mistakes by Windy City.
That's right. What's so fair about the two-game matches is that, you know, the first game you kind of get settled in and see what the lanes are doing, and then the second game gives you a chance, you know, to really make some adjustments, and it's really, I think, a very fair system.
Marianne DeRupo. One of the items, too, that is taking place and is part of the overall chemistry of this event, players are constantly talking to one another about what they're thinking about the lanes and what their ball was doing and reacting.
Well, I can't impress upon you enough how much of a cathartic feeling it is to have people around you.
Yeah.
You know, when you're bowling, because when you're bowling individually most of your life, it's really great to be able to have that camaraderie, to, you know, say, hey, what ball are you using? What line are you using? To watch the players. It's a comfort.
That's what makes league bowling, team bowling, so much fun, really. It's wonderful. Corrine Ham. Oh, she had a problem there, and it was fortunate got as many as she did. She's left the 3-9.
And she has a sleeper back there, the 9-pin, so she's going to have to make sure she hits it dead on. She's been a little off her game. I don't know that they made the right decision putting her in when they had her sister bowling, and she hadn't missed the pocket the whole practice session, but evidently they felt confident. Great spare.
That's the way you do it.
And that was a lot of pressure at that point also.
Ham in lows.
And here's a girl that's a testimony to that bowlers don't have to be big and strong. This light girl, but can really bowl. She's been right around the pocket every shot, very steady, and that's what you need in this type of format.
With the spare, Windy City would be up by 23. Something bothered her there. She's gathered herself.
She did the right thing. Always when you're in question, especially when you're on television, back off, regroup, and bowl. Uh-oh.
And she has made a mistake. Was that nerves there? I mean, I don't know what caused it, but carelessness, obviously, but...
that ball was left as soon as she let it go. And Jay, for the life of me, I can't figure out how she missed it so far, but evidently she looked like she got distracted.
Now the lead is only 12. April Costa got the big break in the roll, and down went the 10.
That was the break of the game right there. They needed that right at that moment. They needed it for the momentum. They needed it for the score. Right off the wall, and it came back. And here we go.
Thank you very much. Lisa struck in the third. She got a big break on that ball.
Yes, she did. And Lisa's going to have to put up with what she just saw. You know, because you watch the other team, you see the kind of strikes they get, you see the breaks they get, and it does have an effect.
The pressure of making the spare. Added pressure in this situation.
Oh, she missed that one too. Oh, I lied. Sorry.
She thought she'd missed it. Look.
I thought she did. Whiffed it.
Yep. Just got it.
Oh, close.
A strike here would cut the lead to 2. Windy City leading by 12. Shirley Hintz.
The ball of the match, Jay.
Got it. We're going to go to the wire here.
And they say bowling's an easy sport. I can't believe people can actually say that.
I love it. Lucy Giovinco. A strike for Lucy. Boy. This is a wonderful match.
Great shot. She never got off the ball. Sometimes when you're in that situation where you have to have a strike, you have a tendency to pull up on the ball. She went straight through it.
The lead is 2. Leanne Barrett. Oh, how good was that?
That was a great shot. Now she can strike out, but you can't shut out Windy City.
Leanne won the '87 WIBC All Events. Back in '87, she was the Rookie of the Year. Here she is in the heat again.
Well, she'll be reliving that shot for a long time. She just didn't look like she trusted it. Just was a little quick with the last step, and consequently it went high. And that could cost them the match right there.
Picks up the spare. Oh, it's going to be a situation. She needs a strike, I believe, 9 to win on the first ball if she would get it. Oh. Oh, my. Oh.
Now she needs 9 pins to win the match.
That's it. Look at her eyes there.
We could have a tie, Jay.
Yes, we could. feel the tension in here right now. 9 on this ball and the victory for Windy City. There it is. Wow. Windy City Omegas has won the Brunswick World Team Challenge. We'll be back right after these messages.
You're a winner, and you deserve recognition. In sanctioned leagues and tournaments, 2 million awards are handed out each year by the national governing bodies of bowling, the American Bowling Congress, the Women's International Bowling Congress, and the Young American Bowling Alliance.
But your membership card entitles sanctioned league bowlers to more than the awards program.
There's more than $1 million each for college scholarships and veterans hospitals, bowlers supporting their communities.
Every member has a chance to compete in thousands of special events, locally, nationally, and internationally.
Sanctioned leagues also provide for the standardization of rules and supplies. Plus, league prize money is bonded.
Equipment testing and research helps advance the sport.
Your membership card does all that.
And every lane is inspected annually by local association volunteers. In short, everything runs smoother, and sanctioned leagues are a lot more fun.
So have more fun and help shape the future of bowling by making sure your league is sanctioned by the national governing bodies, the ABC, WIBC, or YABA.
If you need extra strength medication to treat foot itch, you're not alone.
I didn't have athlete's foot, but my feet really itched and hurt.
Now you can solve your foot itch problems with Extra Strength Gold Bond medicated powder.
Extra Strength Gold Bond made everything feel cool.
Extra Strength Gold Bond has extra strength triple action. We take our proven absorbing action, then add more medication for itch relief and extra zinc oxide for drying action.
Extra Strength Gold Bond made me a lot more comfortable. This one really works.
Extra Strength Gold Bond medicated powder.
The Brunswick World Team Bowling Challenge is brought to you by Brunswick. Bowling is sold on Brunswick worldwide. By Lynn Shoes. For the performance approach, it's American-made Lynn Shoes, the choice of top professionals and amateurs alike. By ABC MasterCard. Get a grip on your finances with the ABC MasterCard. By DBA Products, the industry leader in lane maintenance equipment. And by the Women's International Bowling Congress and the American Bowling Congress, providing championship service to sanctioned leagues across the United States. Make sure your league is sanctioned by the national governing bodies. Windy City Omegas, a wonderful victory. You needed 9 pins, Michelle, and you got it. Let's go to our presentation, Elaine Hagan.
Yes.
WIBC.
Lisa, on behalf of the WIBC in Brunswick, congratulations on a sweet victory. We'll see you in Kenner.
Thank you, Lisa.
And we're a little rushed for time. Here is Ann Taylor, manager of the Sunshine Lanes with the rings.
Congratulations. Good bowling.
Thank you.
All right, and finally, Mike Cullum with the Lynn's jacket.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
See you in Kenner.
We'll be there.
This was a terrific win. We'll look forward to seeing you at the Grand Championships in New Orleans. The next World Team Challenge telecast is an open division event from right here at Seminole Lanes in Seminole, Florida. Check your local listings for dates and times. For Paula Carter, this is Jay Randolph saying goodbye from Florida's Gulf Coast. This has been an ABC Eagle Productions telecast.